syrup makers. Syrup makers. It's really hard to say. Aloha, folks. Welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. Where's all the stuff? What are we making tonight? Well, let me tell you, I just got back from Texas. I was out there for the magazine that I work for, Car Culture Deluxe and Old School Rods, working out of Murpho's custom shop, hot rods and customs and stuff. When I got home, I was like, there's no time to make another video. Film it, edit it, do all the things. Dude, it takes so long. But when I got home from Texas, on my porch were 3 big boxes. And I was like, what are these boxes? Turns out the box is full of product from one of my absolute favorite syrup makers, BG Reynolds. The box was full of passion fruit syrup, falernum, Tiki spices, orgeat, their paradise blend, red fashionola, hot buttered rum mix, gardenia mix, and jet pilot mix, as well as 3 Tiki mugs and more swizzle sticks than I will ever go through. Now, if you're saying to yourself, dude, this kind of feels like a commercial. Like, I feel like I'm getting sucked into a commercial here. Yeah, you kind of are. But there's no way that I would endorse a product that I didn't wholly believe in. So I reached out to Blair and I said, hey dude, I don't know if you know who I am or what I have going on, but I've got this band called the Hula Girls and right now we're not performing. So I started this TV show or YouTube show called Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour, where I'm making classic drinks, and almost like in the email, he was like, whoa, stop. Yeah, I know what you have going on. I think it's rad. I would love to send you some stuff. So I can't even be more stoked. These are the ingredients that I love the most for Tiki stuff. So we wouldn't even be talking about this if it was some product that I didn't believe in. Also, my friend Ed Hamilton has sent me more rum. So thank you, Ed. We will be using this tonight, but let's get rid of all this first. So I know recently we featured the Jet Pilot with Mr. Billy Zoom. There were a lot of ingredients and a lot of steps. This is the perfect solution to somebody who's not gonna make cinnamon syrup, who does not have falernum on hand, and white grapefruit and lime juice and all kinds of other things, 3 types of rum. And so tonight we try out BG Reynolds Jet Pilot Mix, fueled by Ed Hamilton's Jamaican pot still rum. So normally in the Jet Pilot, there are 3 different types of rums. On the back of this thing, Blair says, get ready for takeoff with this world-class mixer that soars beyond your wildest taste expectations. Crafted with an unmatched dedication to the authentic Tiki experience. Now, I would not trust something like this from just anybody, but I trust Blair wholeheartedly. So I'm excited to see what this tastes like. So the mixture recipe on the back of this bottle is combine 3 ounces of this stuff and 1.5 ounces of that stuff. Put in a shaker and shake. I'm excited to try this. I know this is a weird thing because we're so used to making everything with fresh ingredients. Dude, I just got back from Texas, so get off me. Let's try this product out. And it's brand new, so we will be doing this. I'm really curious as to how it even smells. Whoa, man. At first, it's almost a licorice smell. It's like licorice, but I smell falernum. So it's like Pernod and falernum and cinnamon. That's a complex scent coming out of there. That's really exciting. So, as per the recipe, 3 ounces of Jet Pilot mix. It's kind of syrupy, but still kind of runny. It's not really like a syrup so much as it is kind of a mix. There's 2 ounces and 1 more ounce. Just to let you know that one cocktail takes a big chunk out of this bottle. So plan accordingly. So then the back of the bottle says 1.5 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. This is a pot still rum, so it's gonna add a lot to the drink, I think. It has that funky smell. Oh man, at first, the pot still rums used to freak me out, like Dr. Bird. But once you get used to that whole thing, ain't nothing better, man. Ain't nothing better. Usually, the Jet Pilot is a bit of a revamped zombie, I guess you could call it, having a ton of rum in it and a 151 cork. This is gonna be a drink that'll be a little bit easier on your sobriety for the evening, as opposed to a traditional Jet Pilot, which is kind of nice. Sometimes it's nice to be able to have several cocktails instead of that one cocktail that really gets you in the sobriety. Okay, so there is 1.5 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. Now we will fill the tin with ice. And of course we have our Sonic ice from Sonic. pour this into here. Blair says to shake it. Of course, you want to shake it until the tin is nice and frosty, and then just give it a little bit of a whack on the side. There she goes. Then he says to pour it into a 15-ounce Tiki mug. We will be pouring it into the Stressed Tiki by BG Reynolds. And it's funny, if you don't understand what the stress thing is, when I got this, I was like, what is this little 3 Tiki series? There's a stressed guy, there's a sipping guy, and then there's a satisfied guy. So it goes like that. And it's a take on Stephen Crane's Headhunter trio that he used so much in his marketing. The Tiki like grabs the guy, and then the Tiki is chomping on his head, and then the Tiki is rubbing his belly because he's full instead of like satisfied. So this is Blair's less consequential version of the Headhunter trio. I think it's creative, it's rad. And the mugs look great. Okay, so we have the mixture here. We have the cocktail, we pour the cocktail into the mug. Woo! That is just about full. So we'll add a little half scoop of ice to fill it the rest of the way. Then Blair says to garnish it with a lime wedge covered in cinnamon. I don't know. So here is my salt and pepper shaker that I have used for cinnamon and nutmeg. I think it's still a mix of cinnamon and nutmeg, but I don't think it's gonna ruin the drink by the nutmeg being on there. I thought I was gonna get away from cutting a lime today, but looks like we are right back to where we normally are. A lime wedge covered in cinnamon. This is a weird garnish. And then what I'm going to do, here's our little guy here. Since nothing about this is traditional, I'm gonna stab it with a little sword so I can lower it into there. Now the sword totally doesn't make sense because it's like, this isn't a pirate drink, it's jet pilot. Should be a rocket ship sticking in there. No, we're taking that out. Sorry, it doesn't make sense. We'll put our straw in behind the garnish. And so there we are, Stephen Crane's jet pilot by way of BG Reynolds jet pilot mix. Let's give it a shot here. That's really good. That's really good, wow. It's easy. It's really mellow, but you get all the notes of a jet pilot. But I think if Billy Zoom was sitting here and I gave him this thing, he'd be like, yeah, that's really good. Because if you remember the episode that Billy was here, he was like, this is aggressive. When you bring this up to your nose, you get a lot of the cinnamon because it's sitting on top of the lime there. It's a really good cocktail. It's so hard to drink out of Tiki mugs. I'm always kind of more into the glassware for drinking out of, but it is a treat once in a while to drink out of a mug. And I love the mugs for the sculptural qualities. I love having them around. Yeah, I feel like I could drink several of these for sure. All of the notes in a jet pilot seem to be here. I'd be interested to try this with like a 151 Demerara. I think it might kick it up like a little bit. In fact, we should try that. Let's try that with the 151. And also from our friends in Hamilton, 151 Demerara rum. Sipping. This is the sipping dude. So what we're gonna do is 3 ounces of this, right? 3 ounces of this. So there's 2. Excuse me, sir. Okay. There's 2 there. Another one. Whoa. Brutal. So I'm guessing there's about 4 cocktails in this bottle. We're gonna try the Demerara Overproof. Another cork. Love Hamilton with his corks. And that'll go here. I found that I think that was 4 big scoopfuls got us real close. Let's give a little bit more. And then, away we go. See, even my quick videos turn into these long things where I'm like, wait a minute, let's try this and let's do this and let's check out the history of this thing and interview this guy in Florida. And like, can't I ever just do a quick one? No, totally can't. Into another mug. This is gonna be the most tiki mugs I've drunk out of in months. Okay, we are not gonna garnish this. Oh, well, we could at least do this. Put this guy in there, and then I'm gonna grab the straw. Don't you hate paper straws? This thing's already mushy, but they look cool, so. Okay, let's try it. This is the 151 Demerara Jet Pilot by way of BG Reynolds. I think I like that better. It feels kicked up, you know? I don't know that most casual tiki drinkers would probably want it this way. That's super good. I think I'm desensitized. This has been like 37 videos. So I'm getting pretty accustomed to flavor profiles. Before it was just going into a bar and being like, yeah, I'll have a Lapu Lapu and a Navy Grog and Zombie, whatever. But when you have an opportunity to try them on their own every night or every week, you start learning the cocktails like really pretty well. I hate the straw. That tastes a little closer to the traditional Jet Pilot just because there's like that heat to it, from the rum. These straws are like impossible. This is better. Beat it, smushy. Smushy the straw. Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Wow. I like the 151 in that, but I'm also a fan of the 151 Demerara. So if that's not necessarily your rum, then this is going to be the version for you here. But if I were to order it myself, I'd probably go here. Let me try this again now that I have got the super straw. Oh God, but that's so good. That's so good as just a casual sipper, you know? Most people would be ecstatic by this drink. Really, it's really good. And so folks, what we are gonna be doing in the foreseeable future is experimenting with a bunch of BG Reynolds syrups, using them in the cocktails that we come across for Trader Vic's, Down the Beachcomber and the Luau and all the amazing places that we travel to through this video. You can get all of this stuff on BG Reynolds' website. I'm gonna put a link in the description below. And folks, thank you so much for joining us on this quick version of Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go back and watch the other episodes. And if you did like it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because there is more fun to be had. Aloha. Syrup makers. So I reached out to Blair at BG Reynolds. Blair G. Reynolds. Jet Pilot with bitch. And if you remember doing all of, and so tonight we try out BG Reynolds. So normally, where am I gonna put this? Here. So as per the recipe, come on out. Oh, jeez. Sometimes it's nice to have 17 Coors Lights instead of one super dark punch you in the face beer. Do you know what I mean? Get out of here. Hey, get off that. You can get all of this stuff on BG Breezeway Cocktail Hour on this quick Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. Sounds funny. I was in Texas this last week. Texas. Buda. It's spelled Buddha, but everybody kept reminding me, they're like, it's not Buddha. It's not like the praying guy. I'm gonna offend everybody just by talking about something I have no idea what I'm talking about. No, it's not called Buddha though, it's called Buda. So I was in Buda for the company that I work for, which is Car Culture Deluxe and Old School Rods, and Murpho's Hot Rod Shop, Hot Rods and Customs. And my buddy Murph builds incredible cars. While I was out there, I photographed his wife, who happens to be one of my old friends, Miss Charlie Murphy. We shot some incredible stuff with smoke and a mechanical bull, rhinestones and pink. It was rad. It was like somewhere between a Motley Crue video and like classic country. I don't know. It's cool. I liked it. I also went to a bar in Austin called the Sagebrush. First time I'd been to a bar in like a long time to see music. like live music, like people playing guitars and drums and basses. What a world. I was there with Tropicana Joe. We were drinking Lone Star beers, but it was a band called the Mellows, doing like a lot of 50s and 60s rockabilly and old country, and but like in a real mellow way. I know it sounds kind of obvious or whatever, but yeah, they were cool. The guys were super nice too. Hung out with them afterwards. It was nice to see live music again. Hopefully we all get back to that again soon, because come on, man. So I do want to thank BG Reynolds for contributing. So I do want to thank BG Reynolds for contributing all of those mixes. Like I can't even wait to try out the Tiki spices. I gotta learn what each one of these things are, because I think the Tiki spices are like Don's mix maybe, or I don't know, I gotta figure that out. Hot buttered rum mix, which is still nice and chilly out here, so that's exciting. Paradise blend, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. There's grapefruit and spicy Asian cinnamon. So grapefruit and cinnamon, maybe that was Don's spices. Yeah. Don's spices. Okay, so then what was Tiki spices? I don't know, we'll have to figure that one out. And I always love using the fresh ingredients and making everything from scratch. But when you get back from Texas and you're like, man, I don't have time to be cutting up fruit, going to the grapefruit tree and harvesting grapefruit, even though it's like right, it's right there. Then the mixes are great. Also, fresh passion fruit syrup is exciting. So I haven't had a bottle of that in a while. Oh, he's got recipes on the back too. Maybe we can try some of that. Oh, that looks good. Castaway K. Okay, here's that other mug. We'll put him over here. And then what else do we have here? Red Fashionola. This is the third bottle of Fashionola that people have given me in the last couple months. And I still have no clue what to do with Fashionola. Leave a message in the comments below if you have any idea what to do with Fashionola. They almost never mention it in any of the recipe books. I don't even know what it smells like or tastes like. I'd open this, but I don't want to speed up the expiration date, I guess, of the ingredients here. It says Red Fashionola, a long lost concoction crucial to the drinks from the golden era of tropical cocktails. Feel like I would know more about this. Passion fruit, cherries, and other flavors add a bit of zip to your cocktails and unlock long lost recipes from long ago. Try some Red Fashionola syrup to enhance your hurricanes. Oh yeah, it's like a prime ingredient for a hurricane, I think. Is Mardi Gras over yet? Or did it happen? Maybe we should make that for Mardi Gras. When's Mardi Gras? I'm in Southern California, I don't know these things. Well, we'll have to try that. Orgeat. Now this is my favorite ingredient that I continuously buy from BG Reynolds, is their orgeat. I think their orgeat is incredible. So excited to have another bottle of that. And I think it's better to have these smaller bottles, because I get those giant bottles and they always go bad by the time I get back to using them. Unless you're making cocktails constantly, I don't know how anybody buys those giant bottles. They're just gonna go bad. Falernum. I've been using homemade Falernum for like the last several shows, and now we have some Falernum from BG Reynolds. So that's exciting too. We can use BG Reynolds Falernum for a host of things. And this is the ingredient I've been waiting for, the Gardenia mix. You can use the Gardenia mix in the Pearl Diver, the Pearl Diver Punch, and there's a Don the Beachcomber cocktail that I've been waiting to make. It has an ice shell, it's served like in a stemmed glass, but you're supposed to use Gardenia mix for it. I'm super excited to get to that one. I don't remember what it's called. Hold on, found it in my 1969 Don the Beachcomber menu from Corona Del Mar, incidentally. The Mystery Gardenia. It's this guy right here, and you use this Gardenia mix in order to make it. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that soon. Oh, I also produced a music video for Deke Dickerson. That'll be coming out soon. Really? It's like I live on a super busy street, and I totally don't. I live in a neighborhood. Yeah, I produced a music video for Deke Dickerson, which is such an honor because he's such a big deal to me. He's also a buddy of mine, but he was really the guy that got me into wanting to play rockabilly. I saw him open up for Mike Ness in Sacramento in like 99 maybe. And I was like, what is this guy? And what is this like? It was just weird music. He was singing about fried chicken and stuff, and I got the locations together, I directed it, I produced it, I edited it, it's finished. I just need to do a couple of pickup shots with Deke singing, so some close-up stuff. And then there's gonna be a big 4-page interview with Deke Dickerson and myself in the next issue of Car Culture Deluxe. So keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be really cool. It's a good substitution for spending all the time to make the stuff. Like if you just wanted like a quick cocktail, the mix is really good. There's a difference for sure between making it fresh and making it with the mix, but it's a good quick substitute. If you just wanted a quick cocktail and you didn't have all the ingredients or you didn't want to spend the time, maybe you live back east and it's snowing and there isn't a lime to be found for miles and miles, that's a great substitution. There's certainly a need for that. All right, I think that's all.